Good morning, everybody. We are back. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by the Englishman, the Man City man, Pete.
Morning,
I'm
Saubrey.
sure. I'm
Morning,
sure we.
viewers.
I'm sure we can't wait to watch the games, Pete.
15th of August kickoff.
And
Yeah.
you know what? We have been complaining that they play too many games. No, these guys are on tour, all of them. So
I
you
saw
ask yourself,
something. I saw something the other day though, because the game's becoming very, very quick,
mm,
and
mm,
there was something I think on it was on Sky Sports News or something like that about
mm,
how the referees have to train hard and eat special diet and whatever in order to be able to keep up with the players in that
mm,
Premier League
mm,
there.
mm,
And I can
mm,
believe it. I can believe it.
mm,
It's
mm,
that game is quick. But
mm,
football's quick now, yeah. So the
mm,
referees must keep up. No.
mm.
Interesting
Viewers,
stuff.
yeah, viewers, welcome to the show. The last show did exceptionally well, and I hope even this one will do exceptionally well. Let me just indicate that my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself and Pete. There's quite a lot that we are going to talk about, but the main topic of today, there is a whole lot of hullabaloo about the PSL Awards. People, I must be honest with you, they feel that Dr. Irvin Khoza had an influence on the awards. I know we've got top eight. I'm going to show you the top eight, the fixture, the top eight game starting from today. But this is very hot. You know, people have been debating about this. And guess what? What I like about this is it's high time people need to talk. People need not to be scared anymore.
Sure.
And for me, I always argue and say the soccer bosses, they shouldn't take these things bad. The media, for me, are the mirror. So look at the mirror, just reflect and see what you can sort it out. Guess what? Dr. Ivan Khoza has done well. Our league is one of the best. And I'm told Pirates' game today is a sold out. That's how good the league is. But we need to fix the little things. But Pete, let me start on a sad note. A friend of mine, Dr. Tammy Kuzwayo, has lost his son, man. The young one, the last one, you know. He was in his 30s. And, you know what, that's very sad, Peter. Very sad.
Yeah.
Because, yes, but you know what? Life is controlled by God. You like it or not.
Sure.
But according to our expectation and our wishes, we want to bury our kids. We don't want our kids to bury us. You know, I know
No, the
you.
other way around.
Yeah,
The other way around.
I know you
Mhm.
and Courtney and Adam, how close you
Sure.
guys are. Can you imagine burying one of them?
Mm-mm. No. Came very close with my daughter some years ago when she was 16. Uh, and the doctor said she wasn't going to make it, but she pulled through. So
Mm, mm,
I know exactly what it's like to be on the edge there, but not to
mm,
lose
mm.
a child. I think it's the worst thing that could happen to a parent.
Really,
And
really.
my condolences to the family.
Condolences to Dr. Tammy Kuzwa, a very
Mm.
good friend of mine. We talk almost every day. I don't know how many times we talk a day, myself and him. And guess what? The flu has, you know, that flu has been on my case.
Hmm.
And I was a little bit worried that will I be able to go and I need to be there. I could not attend the memorial services. Dr. Kuzwayo, let's allow God to exercise his right and his authority because right from the beginning, God indicated that He's in charge of the universe. He knows the day of our coming. He also knows the day of our depart. I know it's very sad, my friend. No words can comfort you. But one thing for sure that I know, time is a healer.
Correct.
Time is a healer. I'm saying this, Pete. I lost my mom when I was 17. And guess what? I was a very favorite of my mom. I was a very lucky child, to be honest. I was a favorite of both of them, my mom and my father. And we were 8 children. I was the sixth one. And people were amazed. How does it come? You've got the other two behind you. But according to my parents, they said they thought I was going to be the last one. You know, there's this theory that the last one is the one who's liked. They thought I was going to be the last one. Unfortunately, the other two came. So I think
it must be true. It must be true
thing.
because I was. It must be true because I was the last one.
Is it? Yeah. You know, when my mom wants to go somewhere, she would ask, which one do I have to go with? Everybody said, no, go with the last one. Nah, go with this one. So I lost her when I was 17. But good. God has been there for me. At the age of 12, I had already accepted the reality that one day both my parents would pass on. And then I'll have to, I accepted it and I never cried. Instead, I adjusted,
Sure.
My friend, we are not the same how to deal with pain. If you feel like crying, you can cry, it's okay. But condolences to you and your family. Let's bow our head just for a few seconds. Thank you. Thank you, Pete.
Amen.
Pete, there are a lot of news before we go to the topic of the day. Stellenbosch have shared their jerseys, as you can see them there. Those are the jerseys. These are the women squads of Stellenbosch. You know, Stellenbosch is sponsored by Rama. Remember, Stellenbosch is owned by Rupert, and Rama is one of his business. And then, as you can see, so it's important that we share the news of teams like Stellenbosch. I'll tell you why. You know, it's not about us talking about Chiefs and Pirates, only.
Sure.
And these teams also, they need to be given some limelight. And then, and Stellies have been doing very well ever since they came to the professional league. And then we are looking forward to see how are they going to perform this season. And guess what? Here is the big one that everybody was waiting for, the PSL DC. Marumo Gallants, they were found, in fact, according to SAFA tribunal, because Cape Town City took the matter to the tribunal. Remember, Cape Town City is relegated. And then, so I think John Committees had hoped that there will be docked points. And then if there were going to be docked points, Cape Town City was going to stay in the elite league. Not only that, Kaizer Chiefs would qualify for the top 8. But you know how the law works. They work according to the precedent. But nowadays, that thing doesn't work anymore. It works precedent. So Zola Majavu, who's the prosecutor, Marumo Gallants were found guilty and they were fined 200,000. Half of it was suspended for 12 months. Is it 12 months or 24 months? And
24 months.
Yeah, and then the other thing, no points were deducted. And then, so they were ordered to pay the cost of the DC. And then the player itself was not found guilty. The charge was they fielded an
irregular player.
Yeah, a player who was not
ineligible. Yeah,
ineligible. That's a good terminology. Yeah, you need to teach me because you're an Englishman, eh? So, yeah, so those are some of the news. But on a positive note, Pete, you know, Kaiser Chiefs is a brand. We learn from Kaiser Chiefs, the majority of us. Let me just qualify first that I get my news from various sources, your social media, Facebook, and so on. Some I get them from PSL because I'm still on their WhatsApp group, which is good, which I appreciate. Although I'm not having accreditation anymore, but it's fine. You know, I was told that YouTube, but it's another debate for another day. And then so as a result, you get the news, whether they are allegation or rumors, but there is no smoke without fire. It is alleged that Kaiser Chiefs sold 1 million shares, which earned them 1.3 billion. So it was good for money for Kappa. And in fact, to be fair and honest, even in the first round, when Kappa was sponsoring Kaiser Chiefs, they made a lot of money. So that's how powerful the brand of Kaiser Chiefs is. And then, you know what? I say congratulations, Dr. Mtaung. He's an old man now. I can see, you know, he's struggling to walk now. He need to get the third leg for him to, but he has done well. You know, most of us, we learn from him how to build a brand. And Jessica is doing exceptionally well, you know, as far as that is concerned. So, yeah, that's it. So for me, those are the news that I notice happening, and that's it. Pete, before I go, what's your take about this story that Kaiser Chiefs managed to raise 1.3 billion?
I think it's fantastic.
It's
I
fun.
think it's absolutely, the brand is strong. There's no doubt about that. And actually, the shirts are nice, man. Also,
Mm,
so
mm,
one's got to one, like you said, you got to congratulate what they've done with that brand. The question is now, what happens with the 1.3 billion now? And you know, we have that debate as to whether they should push it back into the club in what way. Buying players, improving ground, whatever. What is it? What is it that you do? Because apparently they pay their players well, but should they be taking that to the market and buying, you know, more experienced players to actually make them more competitive? That's always a bit of a debate as to what happens to that money there. You know, I mean, they're a club. They have their financial needs. They have their stakeholders that want them to do whatever with that money. So, but it's interesting. It's a fantastic brand. There's no doubt.
Having
That's
said,
why you see. That's why you see the Vodacom logo on that. That's
yeah,
why you know, people sponsor them because they associate and brands associate with brands that are, you know, popular
no,
and
to be honest
successful.
with you, brands are fighting to get chiefs. The other day, I listened to Dr. Irvin Khoza, and I still want that speech. I wonder whether I'll get that speech. He was analyzing how Vodacom made money out of both Pirates and Chiefs.
For
You know
sure.
what I like about Dr. Khoza? He's a fundi.
Mm.
One can see that this man is educated. You know, Dr. Khoza, when he make a presentation, he'll give you the history. He'll give you the numbers, the statistics.
That's good.
Um,
Context.
yeah, that
Yeah.
speech, when he analyzed how Vodacom made money out of Chiefs and Pirates, I still want that speech. I'll speak to Fatuan. I know he's working with him and say, please, that's the speech that I want. Dr. Khoza is a fundi. He's very brilliant. And for your information, do you know that they said DSTV are not making money. That is why they were sold. The only project that makes money for them is the PSL, more than the Premier League for that matter.
Yeah. It's sport in general. If it wasn't for sports, DSTV would be in trouble.
No,
they managed to.
even if when come to sport, it's only, that PSL, they say
Yeah.
it's a prime product for them. All right. But you know what? Remember, we are a financial company. We
Yes.
are doing about finance. We also educate. That's the most important thing. I
Mm.
want to educate people that we need to learn. You learn by observation
Mm.
and looking at the history and check what can you learn out of that. Congratulations to Kaiser Chiefs. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
And then
And it's also important. It's also important for individuals to have a good brand as well.
exactly.
So we talk about Lionel Messi quite frequently here. He's got a fantastic personal brand. So for the youngsters out there that are still going on their career, build a good brand. Let people see
Mm,
your brand and
one,
let you be proud of it. Yeah.
one of the good brands, brilliant brand, in fact, is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hmm.
Cristiano Ronaldo makes a lot of money. I was
Hmm.
I was on radio on Tuesday, Lesedi FM. I was telling them that you don't make money while you're still working, while you're still a footballer. You know the money that Messi makes now and Ronaldo makes now. Watch them after that. After they've retired, they'll make more. So
David Beckham, another one.
Beckham is making more money than when he was playing.
Hmm.
Here at home, Doc Kumalo is making more money than when he was
Hmm.
playing. So people need to understand that branding is very important. It's all about repetition in terms of our R principle. It's all about
Hmm.
repetition. A good repetition is important. Now, Pete, let's jump into our story. I know you have done some research. People are complaining about what you call
The awards.
the awards. They smell. Those are the allegations. They smell the influence of Dr. Irvin Khoza all over. All right. Look at this way. Sundowns had only one player, Ribeiro. Pirates had more. He had five in winning those awards. And now this is a tricky one. And what I like about people on social media, you know what, you may think that social media, you have people who really put their minds into the whole thing.
Sure.
They're saying when it comes to the team of the year, the team is consists of 11 players. So why do you choose Mamelodi Sundowns when five players of Pirates won the awards and Sundowns only one? You see that argument? They say why you could not conclude it and say Pirates is the team of the year.
Well,
Now,
it's all about criteria, yeah, which
others
is
are
not transparent. Yeah.
others are saying no, there were judges there. I'll check that list of the judges. I'll tell you the judges. As I want you to talk, but I'll give you the judges. He said they are judges, but guys, we need to be honest. Those judges are human beings. They are
Sure.
they are fans. Okay. And this debate is good because it makes also them to think in future because people can bring statistics, numbers, all right, to say how do you relate the two? Right. Pete, what have you found out about this topic?
Well, I was looking on I think it was a kickoff site there, and I was looking at the former Mamelodi Sundowns player Sipho Nduzo, and he sent a letter to the executive committee of the PSL. It was addressed to the executive committee of the PSL, club owners, football stakeholders, members of the media, and South African football public. And he basically said, look, he's not writing this letter as protest, but more of a concern. And he says that the recently concluded awards was, celebrating, some good players and achievements and what have you. And so what he was basically saying is that what we've just discussed now, how did we come to some of those conclusions there? So what is he actually, what is he questioning? So he said basically, how does coach of the season go to someone who joined mid-season? Yeah, that's one of them. On what basis did Maka'alu named midfielder of the season when other players had stronger statistical game-changing impacts, which is basically what we were talking about now? And why are voting criteria and panel members hidden from the public? It goes into a whole lot of reason as to, and we've had these discussions on many topics about the transparency of the PSL and how do they come to certain decisions and what have you there. And like you said, the panel members, they're human beings like me and you, Saubrey, and our viewers. And whether we like it or not, we come with certain biases. So if you're gonna,
they're fans for that
yeah,
matter.
exactly.
They're fans for that matter,
And
So
he concluded in this letter. I'll read this exactly what he said there. He said, "Let's celebrate excellence fairly. Football is a game of passion, and the awards are supposed to reflect the best of the best in each season. But when decisions are political, symbolic, or even biased, the integrity of the awards and the league comes into question. As supporters, we do not demand perfection, but we expect honesty, fairness, and professionalism in how our champions are recognized. Let's modernize, let's be transparent, let us ensure that excellence is rewarded and not negotiated." Quite a statement, eh? And I think he's got a point, to be honest with you. That, like you say, you put together a panel, and that panel have biases. But how do you remove those biases? You have transparent criteria on how those particular awards are given, and they're debated, obviously, before they become finalized. So it's it's not a maybe. It's a definite. And we can't really criticize the panel for having their opinions at this stage if there's no criteria. But yeah, there's some arguments out there. There's some arguments for the, how should we say, the eye lifting and the surprise of maybe some players that got that there. Yeah. So, for example, what did I see there was, yeah,
Look,
the goalkeeper, Sipo Gianni, edged out Rowan Williams, for example. And then the midfielder of the season, the Pirates guy getting it there. When, what about Thabo Mokoena, for example, of Sundowns? And that at the end of the day, without that criteria whereby everybody could judge and come up with the same conclusion there, you don't also want all the awards to be reflected. For example, Sundowns winning everything because they won the season, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it's an interesting debate of, and I think it's one that's going to go on and on and on until the PSL sort that out. I think we all want fairness. I think
they need to be transparent, as you said, very transparent.
Yeah, but we've had many a conversation on many topics, and transparency keeps coming through and through and through. And I think the sooner we start to get that, I think it's going to be better for the league in general there. But it's a bit like that decision, isn't it? A bit like that decision there with Gallant now.
Is it a PSL issue or it's general? Because I'll tell you why I'm saying that. You go to Spain, there's a whole lot of debate that the coach, I mean the president of La Liga, is a fan of Real Madrid.
Yeah. And Barcelona. Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
the Ballon d'Or selection also, if you look at it, I mean,
That's another thing.
not
Yeah.
Rodri got awarded the Ballon d'Or from Man City, and I was very pleased with that because being a
Mm.
City fan, so my biases are there. But there was debate as to whether Vinicius Junior, I think, should have taken it as opposed to Rodri in that particular season. There, so yes, it's not just the PSL, but we're talking
Mm.
PSL or local football at this stage. But you're right; it's everywhere. It's everywhere,
Mm.
and
Mm.
as that one example there. I see Alison's here now.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so
Mm.
she's surfaced now.
Mm.
Yeah. It everybody wants to know that a decision is made fairly.
Mm. Mm.
So as stakeholders in that particular, in this case, football. But I mean, you can take it even outside football. Yeah.
I know that they'll say, no, Saubrey, you guys were supposed to discuss the top 8. Of course, we'll talk about the top 8. But the media is to talk about the banning issue. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
from immediately after the the awards, people came out, former players, Teko Modise, who played for Pirates, he said he really put the spanner on the works. He said, I was told that when I left Pirates, the manager of Pirates said, you'll never play in the national squad anymore. That was, and then he said, it happened. He said, immediately after when I left Mamelodi Sundowns, listen to this one. He said, I never won the Football of the Year. And then the irony, he said, I won the Sportsman of the Year. Now, the Sportsman of the Year, by that time he was playing for Sundowns, in other words, he was ahead of cricket players, rugby players, swimming, athletics, but he could not beat the footballers. You see, and what I like is that braveness from the former players, because
Sure.
you know that they can be victimized. You see, that braveness to say, because I'll check why these things we need to talk about it. Our leaders, like I've just said, Dr. Khoza has done well. He'll go to the Hall of Fame. He has really done well. This brings into question, do we still need to have club owners as administrators of the league? Because that will have, whatever happens, even if Dr. Khoza didn't have an influence, you see, but because he's the chairman of the league, there will be some sort of rambling. Look, those are allegations. We are not saying those are the facts, and we are getting it from, and we are quoting people who are saying that. For instance, they said goalkeeper of the year. They said Williams played only 16 games, and he kept 11 clean sheets. And then Chaine, he also managed that number of clean sheets, 11 clean sheets after 25 games. All right? And then another element was Chimpanzee, all right? Kept 10 clean sheets after 25 games. And a Chimpanzee is playing for a very small team with so much solid defense. So you would expect you would be barraged by the attack. All right? And then they went further to say the same, what is it? Bafana number 1 goalkeeper, which is Williams, conceded only 6 goals. All right? And these are the facts. Because when we argue based on the facts, it cuts across, I mean, it separates the emotions.
Yeah, sure.
And these are the facts.
Statistically, yes. And yeah.
And then they went further. They said Williams had only 1 booking in his league matches, and none was red. All right? And then, so So it was the question. So these are what people are asking. What criteria was used to say Chain is a number one goalkeeper? It was not only that. It was not only that. There was one, they were questioning the midfield of the year. People are saying Makaula.
Yes, yeah.
If you compare Makaula with Allende with Mokoena, numbers statistically, those two players are ahead of him. In fact, they say Allende is ahead of the three of them. And then, like I'm saying, Pete, it's good. It's good when we see all these things, because I see one of my friends here was also a judge, Tabo Kofa, a very nice friend of mine. I know he likes me so much. He listens to whatever shows that I'm doing. He was also one of the judges. William Shongo was also one of the judges. And then Evuyo Makoba from Newsroom, and Brighton Chlonga from ETV. So those were the judges. I'm going to give you the judges. I'm going to go to the judges. As I was busy giving you the judges, all right? Pete, we've just mentioned transparency. The good thing about PSL, they've given us the list of the judges. So I'm going to give you the judges.
That's good.
They too, they need to reflect on themselves, as we get this news, as people are, because you know what, people on social media, not all of them are stupid. Not all of us are stupid. Let me put it that, let me include myself there. They can do even a better work. They can do a better work. That is why they're talking in terms of statistics and say what guided you. For instance, midfield of the year, the one we're talking about, that how do you see Makaula? Makaula played well for Pirates. He was the pillar. But for him to beat Allende and Mokoena, it leaves much to be desired. These are the judges. It was Stanton Frederick, a former Kaizer Chiefs player, and also Ungiziwe Mjana from Umhlobo Wenene, and also Daniel Mutukhwane from City Press, and Grant Bisset from Supersport. So those were the judges for the midfield of the year. And people are questioning to say, how come? But the one that I agree with them, but really that one, I was asking myself, how were they going to do it? Football of the year.
No arguments there, yeah.
Football of the year, for me, it was written all over.
Yeah. And you know what also backs that up? He also got the Players' Player of the Year.
Yes.
So there's your peers actually having an influence over the decision.
Guess what?
So it backs that up, yeah.
Over and above, he scored the goal of the tournament in the Club World Cup, playing against the best teams in the world. And guess what? The best player of all time in history, Lionel Messi, was there. He beat that one too.
Wow.
So how are you going to, to go against that?
Sure.
So
no, there's no argument there.
Yeah, Ribeiro, for me, done deal. Sundowns were the winners. And the other one that they were questioning was this one of the coach. Why Cardoso? They were saying Cardoso found the team.
Yeah, he inherited the team, yeah.
All right, they said, now, how do you make him the coach of the season? Well, I know that I've got a very good friend of mine. In fact, he's an old man who brought me up, Brajiga, a Pirates fan. I hope he's going to watch this show. He watch all the shows. He's a Pirates man. The funny things with Pirates fans, they don't want you to talk bad about Pirates. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Look, I'm a Cosmos fan, but whatever Jomo is doing there, I'm not happy with it. But that is his club. There's nothing that I can do.
Sure.
And we cannot hide facts for the sake of being fans and supporters. Did you understand? So
There was
yes, Pete.
there was some debate about the goal of the season as well. Yeah, there was some.
Who won the goal of the season?
Let me just check again.
No. You know what?
Goal of the season, Lucas Ribeiro Costa, Sundowns.
But that was.
However,
I saw that game. I saw that goal. Now, how do you challenge that one too? Having scored top goal scorer in a Club World Cup tournament. I mean, he having scored the best goal. And I watched that goal that they were talking about. It deservedly so. And the other player who deserve for that award is the young player of the year, Relebogile. Deserve it.
Well, there was some debate about whether Fazwaz Bazdian's goal, where he scored from his own half, basically.
Oh, yes.
Would have maybe qualified that one.
Yes.
So, yeah. Again, how do you choose?
There's a thin line sometimes. There's a thin line sometimes. Yeah. There's a thin line sometimes. But others are very glaring. For instance, this argument to say Pirates had about 5 players who won the awards, but they did not become the team of the year.
Yeah.
You see, Sundowns had only 1 player. You see, well, guys, don't kill us. We are messengers. we are just reflecting. That's a big R. One of our R words is reflect, and we are reviewing. All right. So yeah, Pete, thanks for.
Well, one more before you go.
Yeah. No, I'm not going. We are going to do other news. I just.
No, before you go on to the next subject.
No problem.
Did you know that Gary Lineker, the English football player, played centre forward for England many times?
Yeah.
Do you know in his whole career, he never got a yellow card or a red card?
And also Iniesta. You know Iniesta?
Yeah.
Iniesta never got any yellow cards, any red cards. All right, Messi.
Those are great players, eh?
Yeah. And humble, eh? Humble.
Yeah, absolutely. Humble. Branding.
Yeah.
Here we go again, branding.
Yeah, the brand. Humble. Pete, I don't know. Do you still want to say something about this topic? Look, we're educating people. Remember, in the media space, as much as we are not educated as media people,
sure,
we can see
not even nearly.
Yeah, in the media space, your job is edutainment. We educate and entertain. That's all what we do. And I look at the panel.
We at least try.
Yeah, I look at the panel. I didn't see Robert Marawa there. And Robert Marawa is one of the phenomenon when it comes to journalists in football. He has done it for many years. So maybe they invited him. I don't know what happened, but I would have loved to see Robert Marawa there. Because what I like about Robert, he speaks his mind. You see, people may hate him, but he speaks his mind. Well, now we want to leave it to you, fans out there, viewers out there. What's your take? Do you agree that these awards, remember these are allegations, let me qualify it. You don't want to be sued. These awards, don't blame me for English. I'm not an Englishman. Pete maybe may correct me there. They say they smell the influence of Dr. Irvin Khoza. And what add credence to the whole thing? You have players who played for Pirates like Teko Modise, giving us to understand. Teko said, immediately when I left Pirates, Floyd Mbele, who was the manager then, he said, you'll never play for Bafana Bafana again. And he said it happened exactly like that. So I'm giving you to you out there and say, what's your take? What's your take? We want, maybe we are wrong. Maybe we are wrong. Maybe all this analysis are not correct, and give us your opinion. All right. We don't hate Pirates. No, no, no. I'm a former Pirates fan through Jomo. So I don't hate Pirates. I don't hate Pirates. I don't hate Chiefs. But we are looking, we want them to improve. So that is why we reflect. That is why we give the news so that they can sit back and look and say, let's do what we call introspection. All right, Pete, let's move on. Remember, we are a financial company. We are saying for you to do well, it's very important to learn about money, and then so that you know how to move on going forward. And I'm sure you have noticed that the Reserve Bank has reduced the repo rate with 0.05 or 0.050 a point base, which means 0.5%. So what does that mean? You know, and then what do you do in that case? I know some people may say, uh, now I can even save the little. You know, continue to pay what you are paying if you want to finish your debt on time. Don't be tempted to say, I'm going to use that money, because you'll never know. It will go up soon and wipe out whatever that you have. But finishing your debt, I think it's more advantageous. Now, having said that, let me just give you the books that we have. I'll start with the book of Nomsa Masbuga, the ones that says um, Entrepreneur Awakening, and then Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. You can get that book, you can get it from us. If you are staying in Emalahleni, you can get it from Nomsa. I know Nomsa goes around and do talks, and then yeah, find out from where you can get the book there from Nomsa too. Here is another one. This one is very good, from How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. Dr. Darlene Small, who worked for the Reserve Bank. Yeah, so now we are talking about the repo rate being reduced, which means the interest rate will also be reduced. I got a communication from one of my creditors to say, oh, your debt has been reduced a little bit. So you can see. So learn and understand, because all these things, they influence how the money works. And then also the other one, it's Secrets for Becoming Rich. This is the second edition after the first edition. So you can get them both from us. And then the other one is this one. How I turned 500 Rand into a million Rand business. You can do the same. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, why not you? Anyone can do it. So learn there. And this book, what I like about it, it's a hard copy. You get it directly from us. You can also get what you call an e-book from Amazon. So if you want those books, just approach us and say, look, I want to get a book. Now, Pete, so those are some of the news. And then remember, this weekend is the PSL.
Top 8.
They're starting top 8. I'm going to give you the fixtures, because that's very important to understand what's happening in terms of the games. Let me give you the fixtures quickly. Here is it, the fixture. I don't know, can you see it?
Not very well.
How about this?
A little bit more. Yeah, I think we're good there.
Today is the 9th. No. On the 9th.
No, second.
On the 9th. Yeah. These are the fixture for the Premier Soccer League, Bedway Premier Soccer League. But today we have BP Top 8. Did I do that? I hope I did. But I don't remember me doing it, the footage. But the games are coming. So if you really want to know what's happening, support your teams, and then I'll check who's playing today. I think Pirates is playing.
We got Pirates. They are playing Polokwane City.
And guess what?
And
The good news is the game is sold out. Sold out. What a good thing. Yes, Pete?
and you've got Sabi. Let me just see that. We have TS Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And my eyes are failing me a little bit
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
away. And
No.
then you've got Stellenbosch
Mm-hmm.
versus Amazulu,
Mm-hmm.
and Mamelodi Sundowns
Mm-hmm.
versus Richards Bay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Kaiser Chiefs,
It,
who are they playing? I think they're playing on Sunday.
yeah, not today. These fixtures are, as far as
For
I can
today.
see, are all for the second. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. We'll watch the space, but I must say big up to Amapakania. Let's go and see them at Orlando Stadium. I hope they'll fill up the stadium
I tell a lie actually. Yeah,
because
3rd of August is Stellenbosch.
3rd
Yeah,
of August.
yeah. So
Okay.
you got secondly, TS Galaxy. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think those are playing today. Yeah,
Okay, they're playing today.
I
Okay.
think so.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Though definitely those Pirates are playing today,
mm,
and TS Galaxy today. So yeah,
mm,
those ones at the Peter Macabre Stadium, and that's at 8 o'clock.
mm,
And Pirates are
mm.
playing at 3 o'clock at the Orlando Stadium.
The Pirates are playing at Orlando Stadium. And
Yeah,
Mapakania, please go and fill up the stadium because we normally see this thing that it's sold out. The next thing, there are some patches there and there. Fill up the stadium because when the stadium is full, the players are motivated themselves because they want to be inspired, and then your presence is inspiring. So please, guys, let's support them. Let's go to the stadium and watch the beautiful game. And then,
apparently it's 8 million prize money.
pardon?
I think the prize money is 8 million if you go all the way.
Now, apparently, it has been increased to 10. Just check there on Google. I think it has been increased to 10. It's a good money. I mean, you play 4 games, you get 10 million. It's
Hmm.
good, you know. Yeah. So just check. Yeah. So
It's not cheap money anyway, is it really?
yeah. Mapakani,
Yeah.
go and watch, go and support Makosi. I mean, the mere fact that you guys have bought the jerseys, it shows that you are serious.
No, it's 10 million. You're right. Huh?
Yeah, so please let's translate that into attending the games. Pete, I'm going to my
Yes,
favorite.
sir.
No, this is my favorite. The Messi special. This man is something else. He's the player of the month of July. And then I watched this game, Pete. This man, he didn't score, but he made 2 assists, almost similar. And having done the 2 assists, almost similar. And the way he celebrated, it was a lot of passion.
Hmm.
He went to one player of that team, and then he was so passionate about the whole thing. And that player said immediately after we scored, because they scored first. I was happy. I motivated players that guys, let's gun for the second goal. All right. Then he said when they scored, Messi was so happy, celebrated. I think it was for the
Hmm.
second goal. Celebrated, and then in my face. Listen to this one. He said, I kept quiet. He said, what can you say? This is Messi. They said, what can you say? This is Messi. He said, when Messi speaks, you keep quiet. This is the player. Can you see? He said,
Hmm.
this is the story. He said, you keep quiet. He said, after the game, Messi went to him and said, you know what? I apologize. I went overboard. I went overboard. I apologize. I'll give you my jersey. He said, I gave He gave him his jersey. Then that guy said, that humility. How many of them can say sorry? Do you understand? As you can see, the way they hugged there. And he said, you know what? It's amazing. That is why he's the greatest of all time. And then now that's Lionel Messi for you. And then here's the league, all right? The Eastern Conference League. Miami are still at number 5. I hope you can see that, Pete.
I can see now, yeah.
Yeah. And then points, they are at 42. Number 1 is 50. So the difference is about 8 points. Now let's look at the games played. And then Miami played 22. They still have 3 games. 3 games can give them 9 points. And then, that can make about 51. Remember, Messi doesn't want to lose. He wants to win. The news that we have picked up is he may sign. You know what? That one did not want anyone to have a record scientist. Messi is the one who influenced that DePaul should come. So how do you expect DePaul coming to join Messi and go? It's not going to happen. It's just that they said he had a meeting with the leadership. And then they were worried, And then he said, they asked him, exactly what can we do? All right. He said, I want a winning team. He's not a loser. But Beckham always put it and said, this guy, I don't know how he is. He said he arrived, he said one day, the first day of training, he arrived at 10 to 7 in the morning. And the training starts at 10. Then they asked him, what was he doing? He said, no, he was busy with whatever that is supposed to happen. The free kicks, the dribblings and all that, alone, waiting for all the crew to arrive at 10. And
dedication.
Yeah. And then they asked him, they said, no, we know Ronaldo as a dedicated somebody. Is Messi also the same? He said, no, Messi is the same. Yes, he's talented, of course, but he puts a lot of work. I remember one player who played with him said, how do you do it? That was last week. I did that one. And how did you do it? Because you are older than me. You run as if you are my age. Training, nothing else. Do you understand? This is DePaul.
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly. English put it correctly. Then DePaul said, I always wanted to play with Messi in the same team, not at the country level. And then now listen to his talk. He said, I want him to win titles. Now, I remember I told you what happened between him and Suarez. Suarez said, when I arrived, everybody was telling me, you're just going to play in the shadow of Messi. So the first thing that I did when we were training, I went to him, that's Suarez. I said, look, sorry, I know you're the best. And no one can be better than you. And I'm not here to compete with you. That's Suarez. I'm here to support you, to make you greater. No wonder the relationship is so tight. And I think that approach of Suarez was a good one. Now, my question was, now DePaul is there. How is it Messi going to do? Is he going to walk with Paul and Suarez? He walks with the 3 of them. Peter, I don't know whether you find yourself in that situation where you have few friends who likes you and the other one is very close. So you don't know. And then they also want you to show loyalty. That has come to me many times. And it's so difficult to manage it. It's so difficult to manage it. And remember when Messi grew up, his closest friend has always been Aguero. But now he's more closer to Suarez than any other else. But you know what I like about him? This guy is very good. Well, maybe it's because I like him. Suarez bought a team in Uruguay. They call it something. It has Suarez's name and Messi's name.
Mm.
Messi agreed. Said, "It's fine, buy it. I'll be part of that team." Using that name for for your friend.
Branding.
And Aguero, for instance, he's got podcast. Guess what? One of his first guest was Messi. Can you imagine calling Messi to your podcast? This guy is good. He's a good guy. And then I listened to Daniel Alves. Daniel Alves said, "I've got so many T-shirts of Messi. There are many." Then he said, "I've been offered a lot of money by charity organization, firms, to give them." He said, "I'm not going to let them go. Not at all." The museum, he said, "This is my friend. I cherish our friendship." Every jersey, he said, "I'll tell you every jersey, when did I get it, for what?" He said, "I have many." Including Hakim. Hakim said, "I've taken so many jerseys of him after training." Do you understand? Well, that's Lionel Messi for you, player of the month. Okay, I wanted to say, remember tonight they are playing. This is their game.
Into Miami.
No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, it's tonight. Tonight they're playing.
Saturday.
Yeah, they're playing tonight. So we'll watch the space, and then yeah.
What time, Saubrey? What time?
It says 23. What is that? 23 hours, ne?
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so I don't know whether it's 23 hours to us or that side. I don't know.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. Well, I do watch him, and then I enjoy. I enjoy. Well, I love Messi. Pete, it's a pity you never saw me with Jomo. I would follow him, man. Whether they play Ranfontaine, Jomo was Pete. Yo, that guy. Well, that's my argument. Even Dr. Khoza on that one. He said it. Dr. Khoza has seen Kaiserslautern. He said the best player that ever played for Pirates was Jomo. Jomo was something else. And he did some of the things that Messi is not doing. That was Jomo. That's how great he was. That man was great. And never had an injury. The only injury is the one that made him to be so big, And then and guess what? Jomo was talented, but he was training hard. Remember that time there was no technology. He was training 3 times a day. He would go to Orlando Stadium 12 midday and going up the stairs, those grandstands. That is why if you look at his trunk is so big and solid. So that was Jomo Sono. That guy was great. Well, in the past, we used to have great players. You remember George Best? George Best was best. Gascoigne, I used to love Gascoigne. But the thing is, these great players were not lasting. Ronaldo, we must say heads up to Ronaldo and Messi. They lasted. That's Jomo. Jomo lasted. Teenage Lala lasted. Asian Zweleng lasted. These are great players. We miss such. Pete, thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate it as a big brother to always be here and support me. Thank you so much, my brother. And I enjoyed it, so I hope you also enjoyed it.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Let's see what the fans say. We want those fans' opinions.
Yeah. They must tell us, is it true that we see the hand of Dr. Irvin Khoza if you look at these awards? If that is the case, I think Dr. Khoza must reflect. He has done well. Dr. Khoza has done well. He should not be blemished by this little thing. Thank you so much, Pete. Please, guys, subscribe and like and comment. Let's hear your opinion. The last show, there was a lot of comments. I appreciate it, even on Facebook. Thank you so much, Pete. Much appreciated. Just bid them farewell, my brother.
Have a great weekend, guys. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. I'm sure you are already in the year 2025, and then you're asking yourself, what are you going to do? Some of you have been working for many years, and then now you are contemplating of either resigning or going on retirement. And it looks scary. You're not sure what are you going to do, how are you going to survive, you're worried about your pension, and so on and so on. Especially if you're a GPF member at the age of 55 and above, and you are in those situations. You are thinking, what's going to happen? Remember, the most important thing, you need to think about how can you save the little that you have, in terms of how do you avoid penalties, because when you retire earlier than 60, you'll be penalized. How can you avoid that? Not to be penalized, not even a cent. You also want to make sure that you maximize in terms of the taxation. But get me right, tax applies to everyone. But you want to make sure that you are tax as little as you can. And you want to do all those things. You need somebody who's skilled, somebody who's trained to deal with finance, because tax avoidance is allowed. Because when you avoid tax, you use the tax law. Now, if you want to do that, to make sure that you save as much as you can, don't hesitate. Contact us, TBR Solution, or the bigger financial services, an authorized financial service provider. And then just say, please, I want you to assist me. I want to go out. So come and share knowledge with me. Now, no obligation. You don't have to make any obligation. Just listen to the facts. After listening to the facts, make a decision. Can listen to us, can listen to others, then so that you're exposed to various information, so that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision. Now, my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR Solution. Here I'm representing the bigger financial services and authorized financial service provider. If you want to know how to get hold of us, just look at the WhatsApp number, drop us your contact via WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.